Hey, Michael. Hope you're enjoying your trip in Chicago. That's pretty amazing. And you're correct. I don't value food as much as you do. I do value food, but just not as much as, what you do. But yeah, that sounds like a once in a lifetime experience to go eating at those high end restaurants. And going back to your question about valuing freedom or valuing security, and really when you think about it, if you value freedom, right? You'll spend a lot of your money and your time thinking about things to do. You won't be thinking about so much investments and stuff. Or if you value security, you'll be saving your money, but not so much spending your money or thinking about investing it to make more. So there's always going to be some, I guess, cross values of money, security, or whatever, because money kind of helps you do all those things. But really, a person who has a high value on money will think about reinvesting and making more money and saving money just to build their financial wealth. So when you look at their possessions in life, a good portion of what they have is based in money, cash and investments, real estate, whatever it may be. Where the other people would have it, in like memories, experiences, travel, whatever it may be. A good question that DeMartini gave me is, if you were to win $1 million, what would you do with it? And an investor, financially minded person with a really high value on money would reinvest, save, buy businesses, buy real estate, whatever, just makes the money grow. Where a person with consumerism mentality would save the dolphins, help their parents retire, and all these nice things, just more of experience based, right? And there's not one better than the other, but it's just kind of being clear on what your actual hierarchy of values is. And you had also mentioned, that Art had asked a good question about buying some kind of common stock or something. But anyways, totally slipped my mind, and I'm only do one recording. Today's topic is about initiative and leadership. Famous book, Law of Success by Napoleon Hill. So a lot of people think, initiative and leadership, that's like taking action and being the boss. Everyone looks up to you, making decisions. Oh man, that's so glorious. What a lot of people don't realize is the downsides to having initiative and leadership. Good example. Some of your old friends, you won't have nothing to say. Like a lot of my old friends, we used to go to the bar, get smashed, meet girls, stuff like that. Now, kind of when we talk, don't really have much to say. I just kind of laugh and giggle. And me talking about networking or building a business is kind of not really their thing, because that's not what they do, right? Like every day. And I'm not saying I'm better than them or anything, but it's just one of those things, a difference of opinions. Like people with kids, I just sit there silent, and once I get a headache, I get the hell out of Dodge, right? So it's not that I don't care about my friends or my family or whatever. It's just they have kids, I don't. So when they talk about kids, I just kind of zone out, right? So we have different interests. That's one downside. Another downside is you kind of put yourself out there. It's kind of like people like, oh, what have you been up to? Oh yeah, I tried this thing, didn't work out too well. And then, the life of an entrepreneur, there's so many, how we say, there's more failures than there are successes. But kind of when you get established enough, you kind of even it out more. And then kind of when you're in business a really long time, you don't really care. It's about getting it done. You don't care if you're winning or you're losing. You're just pushing your way through. And you just kind of get used to that hustle and whatever. And, some people, for most people who don't get it, they think it's a lot of stress. Stress is just kind of stressful when things begin, but after you've been doing it for a long time, you don't even notice the difference. And it's just kind of like brushing your teeth. When you're a little kid, you're like, oh man, I just want to go to sleep. It was a bitch to brush your teeth, but then that, after you do it for years, it just becomes a habit, and it's just really simple to do. So another thing about downside about having initiative and leadership is sometimes you got to be the bad guy. So you got to make tough decisions where it's in your best interest as a corporation or business, but somebody else might view you as, oh yeah, you're screwing me over. Or sometimes there's an understanding of contracts or terms and stuff where somebody said, oh, this is what you said, and you're like, no, I didn't say that. That's how you interpreted it. And like they say in business, if it's not in writing, it doesn't really exist. And that's especially true in real estate. So there's often in business, there's a lot of misunderstandings just because entrepreneurs are doing stuff. And just, some things are talked about, certain things are written down, and you just kind of live and learn, just to kind of write down everything that's important. So that's another downside. And kind of what I'm getting at is, I want you to always hear is, what you always hear in these books that you think is good, they also have an equivalent downside. Anything with a benefit, if you tell me the benefit of something like, oh, owning real estate, you can make money, I could tell you a downside to that was like such as owning real estate. Yeah, you can make money, but you can also lose money, or renters wreck stuff. There's always, with any positive, there's always a negative, and kind of what I want to get at is, in life, no matter what, you're going to experience the good and the bad of it, no matter what. You cannot escape it, right? So, some people, the people with initiative and leadership, they probably started off with, lost in life, don't know what to do. So they're just kind of getting up every day and just kind of doing the same thing. But, kind of as you do new things, go through life, you kind of see different things and you get attracted to different things. And, everything kind of begins with that curiosity, right? Just that one thing of, oh yeah, that's kind of cool. And then over the time it builds up and builds up, and everyone else has a different tipping point of when they actually, find something that they truly enjoy doing, right? But I think like the key to finding out what you want to do or whatever interests you is you got to do a crap load of shit you don't like. There's a famous saying by this one fellow, I forgot his name. His book's titled I Am That. But I thought it was a great saying. His saying is, in order to know who you are, you must first discover who you are not. I just thought about that. I'm like, that's freaking brilliant. Find out all the stuff you don't like to do, and because you found out what you don't like to do, simultaneously you'll also by default find out what you do like to do. It's kind of like, I don't like bad food, so what does that mean? If I don't like bad food, that means I like good food, right? Or I don't like dirty restaurants, so if I don't like dirty restaurants, I do like clean restaurants, right? So it's kind of, with every negative, it helps you simultaneously find a positive if your mind kind of wanders there. But if you're kind of stuck in the phase of all negative things or all positive things, it'll just be a time delay in the discovery. But kind of at the end of the day, no matter what happens, you're going to go through the good and the bad. So yeah, that's my 2 cents on initiative and leadership. That, it's got its downsides, and, the cycle of the good and the bad. And, like these books kind of offer only the good solution. And you're kind of like, well, how the hell do I get to that good thing? Well, simple way is to get to the good thing, you gotta go through the bad thing. And once you go through the bad thing and you do it enough times, it's just kind of like when you expect negativity and positivity, it doesn't really kind of surprise you. And kind of surprises are the things you don't expect. And the only kind of surprise I like are good surprises, to be honest. But when I kind of expect bad things to happen, because that's just the way life is. Not everything's going to go my way. And, I deem something bad as not going as I expected. So that's my 2 cents on that of initiative and leadership. Thank you.